Kwasi Kwarteng said he could arrange a meeting with "great guy" Boris Johnson for a fake South Korean firm set up by the Donkeys-led campaign group. The former Chancellor and former Health Minister, Matt Hancock, were both caught cheating and were caught on camera offering to work for the firm for thousands of pounds a day. Mr. Kwarteng told the fake company he could put them in touch with other lawmakers, and said he could potentially arrange a meeting with former Prime Minister Boris Johnson. "I'm sure we can try and adjust this." Mr. Kwarteng added that Mr. Johnson, who is now embroiled in the Partygate scandal, is the best campaigner you will ever see. The former Chancellor suggested he could work out firms offer to pay him between £8,000 and £12,000 for each of the 6 annual meetings of non-existent International Advisory Board. Mr. Kwarteng added that Tory whips would allow a foreign company to attend board meetings. When asked if he attended board meetings, he said, "I can do this. We have the whip, but by working with them I can make sure, as long as the meetings aren't like a whole week, I'm sure I can get this done." When asked if he could also attend one-time meetings, he said, "I could attend. I think you look extremely professional and I would love to see what you can offer about it. I extensive business and financial experience. I would say there are very few people my generation in UK who have the vast experience in business and politics at highest level, probably just 2 or 3. Former Health Secretary Matt Hancock, caught led by Donkey's sting, asked during an online interview if he had a daily rate. Mr. Hancock replied, "Yes, there is. It's £10,000. Led by Donkey said it started company called Hansong Consulting in Seoul, South Korea, by launching a website with fabricated references and paying for so-called fake virtual office. After consulting the interest register, he approached 20 lawmakers from different parties, asking if they would join the fake company's International Advisory Board. According to a preview video posted on social media, campaigners said 16 of the MPs contacted were Tory, 2 were Labour, 1 was a Liberal Democrat and the other was an independent. 5 people, including Mr. Hancock, Mr. Kwarteng, former Defence Secretary Sir Gavin Williamson, ex-Minister Stephen Hammond and Chairman of 1922 Committee of the Tories, Sir Graham Brady, are said to have entered online interview phase. There is no accusation wrongdoing, as MPs are allowed to seek employment outside of Parliament, but Rishi Sunak has faced calls for the dismissal of those caught with needles. Former Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng left 11 Downing Street last year. Lucy Powell, Labour Party's Shadow Culture Secretary, urged Mr. Sunak to suspend the Tory whip, saying an investigation should be launched into possible rule violations on use parliamentary offices to generate this type of income and this type job. He told Times Radio, "When I see MPs selling themselves this way for political advice and advice, it honestly makes me sick and angry for sure. Because I know this applies to all of us, not just Conservative MPs." Cabinet Minister Michael Gove said the Tories, caught in an operation, were acting within the rules, but said lawmakers should ask themselves if they put civil service first. The Levelling Secretary told Sky News' Sophie Ridge programme on Sunday, "Inevitably, we're all going to think about this and think that the first duty of an MP is to his voters. And in the end, what really matters is a congressman doing something for his constituency, or a congressman doing everything he can to put civil service first?" A spokesperson for Hancock said, "No impeachment. It appears that Matt acted completely appropriately and within guidelines that were unanimously passed by Parliament." Involving Mr. Hancock in this story through the illegal broadcast of a private conversation is absurd. All the video show that Matt is acting completely decent. While I can be flexible about attending international meetings in person, I have also made it clear that this will be subject to some important vote or commitment at Westminster.